Ladies and gentlemen, boys and NBs, Season 5 is here, and we've got a new long-range meta after the patch notes. So what I'm going to do is rank the top 10 best meta guns, in my opinion, for your assault rifle category. This being your long-range options or your sniper support options within DMZ. We're going to start first with the Cronin Squall. This gun last season was #1, but now it's barely making the list. We're going to start with the Husher 65 silencer. We're going to tune down and to the left to get the maximum stats out of this. We're going to add the Edge 47 and tune up and to the right to get max stability and max as much recoil control out of it as we can. We're then going to add high velocity ammo so we can hit those long shots, tune it up and to the left to push our damage range out and get, again, more recoil control. Add the 50 drum, and then I use the Choreo REX Pro as my optic, tune down and to the right. Even if you use the aim op or any other optic, I would still tune down and to the right. This gun is still viable, but it is not the monster it was last season. And hey, let's just take a second. Are you subscribed? Did you like the video? We would love your support to push the algorithm and get further along in our mission for 10,000 subscribers. We love you here, and I'd love to have you back. Over 70% of my viewers are not subscribed, so let's change that. And at number 9, we have the Pea Shooter Straight Shooter of the Lockman 556. And with this, we're going to use the FSS Covert V Suppressor, tune it down and to the right to max our stats once again. Then the Edge 47 grip, tuned up and to the right to max our stability and recoil control, throwing on the high velocity, tuning it the same way we did with the Squall, then finishing out with the 60 round mag and the AMOP V4, tuned down and to the right, once again, to maximize our visual recoil control. If you want to run iron sights like I do, I would throw the ADS rear grip on and max that for sprint to fire and aim down sight speed. This gun doesn't do a lot of damage, but you miss none of your shots. So it's one or the other. You can either do a boatload of damage or you can hit every single shot with this gun. That's why it's on this list, but it's so low on the list. At number 8, we have another Lockman in the wrap. This is an LMG. You get 75 round stock, and it's a beast, honestly. This is a laser beam. We're gonna start with the Husher 65 silencer. Again, tuned down and to the right to maximize our stats. The Agent grip tuned up and to the right, so we get aim stability, recoil control, and hip fire from this. The high velocity ammo tuned up and to the left, push our damage range out, and get more recoil control. We're gonna throw the Schlager Peck Box 4 on it, the aim down sight speed without the visual laser. If you wanna use the Ole V, you can, but you will have a laser beam coming off the front of your gun. It's completely up to you. I finished this off with the SZ Recharge DX as my optic. Again, use whatever you want, but tune down and to the right, the ADS speed and less visual recoil. This gun is actually really good. The reload speed is actually why I have it so low on the list. If it didn't take so long to reload, it would definitely be much higher on this list. And now, just edging out the wrap, we have the Icarus, which is another gun that falls victim to its reload speed, but is absolutely phenomenal in every other way. For this build, we're going to start with the FSS Covert V, tuned down and to the left to maximize our stability and our ADS. Then we're going to use the VX Pineapple up and to the right for maximum recoil and maximum hip fire control. Then we're going to use high velocity again up and to the left to maximize our damage range and our recoil. Adding the Choreo Laze V3, even though it is a visible laser, it is definitely worth it on this gun. Tune it down and to the right to maximize your snappiness. You've got plenty of control and everything is beautiful with this. I finish off with the Choreo REX Pro, tuned down and to the right to minimize our visual recoil and maximize our ADS speeds. Again, use the aim op or whatever you'd like in its spot. This is my preferred optic. This build is amazing. It's one of my favorite, but it is hurt by its reload speed, so that's why I have it at number 7. Coming in at number 6 on this list, we have an extremely nimble gun with an extremely high muzzle velocity, and that being the Tempest Razorback. This is the gun that everyone knows me for, and this is the build. It has not changed. We're gonna use the Echoless 80, tuned it down and to the right to max our stats once again, then throw the Edge 47 grip on it, tuned up and to the right to maximize our control. We're gonna use the 13-inch Frenzy 9 barrel, tuned up and to the left to further control our recoil and get that built-in optic. We're gonna use the high velocity ammunition to make this feel like it's hit scan, tune up and to the left to get damage range and recoil control, and then we're gonna finish it off with the 60 round magazine. This gun still feels amazing, but it does fall off around 55 to 60 meters. Keep that in mind while using it. Much like our gun at number 5, which is the FR Advancer. For the FR Advancer, we're going to use the FSS Covert V, tuned down and to the left to maximize our stats. Then going to use the Agent grip, tuned up and to the right for recoil control, hip fire, and for our stability. Then we're going to add the high velocity ammunition, tuned up and to the left, push our damage range, and get further recoil control. We're going to finish this off with the 60 round magazine magazine, and the AMOP V4, or the optic of your choice, tuned down and to the right, control all of this visual recoil and further our ADS speed. This gun suffers from a lot of visual recoil. It doesn't have much of real recoil. In contrast, at number 4, I have the Kastov 762, which does have a lot of real recoil, but it is still a very, very good gun. We're gonna start with the Husher 65 silencer, tuned down and to the right to maximize our stats. Again, Edge 47 grip, tuned up and to the right for our stability and our recoil control. Furthering that with high velocity, tuned up and to the left for recoil control and damage range. Using the AMOP V4 here, tuned down and to the right for more control and more ADS speed. Then we're gonna add the 40 round mag to finish this gun out. The Kastov 762 is absolutely incredible. This is even the build that I use when I find contraband. I love the Kastov, and I will use this gun over almost anything else except for the 3 guns I have above it on this list, such as number 3, which is Old Faithful, the M4. The M4 is my bread and butter, one of my favorites, and my go-to if I don't know what I'm doing or for a regain. For this build, we're gonna start with the FSS Covert V, tuned down and to the right to maximize our stats, the Phase 3 grip, tuned up and to the right to maximize our stability and recoil control, furthering it with the high velocity ammo tuned up and to the left, that recoil control and damage range buff. Then we're gonna throw on the 60 round mag and the Corio REX Pro or AMOP V4 to finish out the build, tuned down and to the right to maximize our visual recoil control and ADS speed. This, like I said, you cannot beat the M4 as a good all-around gun. It is Old Faithful. This is the gun that you grab if you don't know what you're gonna use. It is good in every area. It is the perfect go-getter. And coming in at number 2, we actually have our best slow-firing, heavy-hitting rifle in the game. If you like the slow-fire, big-hitting, such as the Hemlock used to be, this is the gun for you, that being the TAC V. To tune this gun and to equip this gun, we're gonna use the Husher 65 silencer, tuned down and to the right, maximizing those stats, the Edge 47 grip up and to the right to maximize recoil and stability, furthering that with the high velocity ammo up and to the left for our recoil control and damage range, throwing the 50 round magazine in it, and then throwing the AMOP V4 on it, tuned down and to the right to control that visual recoil as well as get more ADS speed. This is going to be your best option if you like a slow firing, heavy hitting gun. This thing feels like it did in season 1. I love this gun, but there's one gun that I think is better, but there's something we gotta do first. I know you just saw that splash for subscribe and all that, but if you're still here and you haven't done that yet, clearly you like my videos and my content, please hit that button so you find your way back. And make sure you've liked the video because I love you, I want to help you, and I would love to hit that 10K subscriber to help the rest of the community to the best of my ability. Now it's time to talk about the showstopper, the panty dropper, and the gun that's only going to get better at mid-season as they drop the C version of it. We're going to talk about the M13B. This is currently the best gun in all of Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, and DMZ. You cannot do better than the M13B. It is going to get better with mid-season as we're going to get more attachments for this gun, but is already on the top of the list, and we're going to build this gun, the FSS Covert V, tuned down and to the right to maximize those stats again, throw the agent grip to get the hip fire, recoil control, and aim stability by tuning up and to the right, furthering our recoil control with the high velocity tuned up and to the left. We're going to get that damage range and the recoil. We're going to throw the AMOP V4 on it, tuned down and to the right, furthering that ADS and getting rid of any visual recoil this gun may have. There's not much. To finish out the build, the 60 mag goes on it, and this thing goes burr. There is nothing better. No one is going to beat you unless they're using the same gun, or frankly, they're better than you. This is your best option, but be prepared to carry a munitions box because it does go through ammo. It is a demon, but it's a heater too. That's going to do it for our long-range meta. Tell me if I got anything wrong, or you think there's something I missed, something you think that's better. Any of that, comment below. We'll be back tomorrow to cover the short-range meta.